Okay, when we get back here, I'm going to play the final couple minutes of my interview. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to replay the whole thing. And that'll give me enough time to go to the bathroom. If the interview gets done and I haven't checked in with you, actually, one. Well, hello and good afternoon. Welcome back here to Bill Gray Allegiant Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where Roseburg gets ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader against North Medford, as we get ready to finish out the regular season here today. As we wait for everything for Game 2 of our doubleheader, we are going to replay our interview that we had in the pregame show with head coach Troy Thompson for you right now here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Back here for more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Roseburg wrapping up the regular season with a home doubleheader against North Medford here today. Joining us in the pregame show is Coach Troy Thompson. And Coach, well, here we go. Final couple games of the league season and the regular season for you guys. And, boy, it's amazing how fast, but yet how slow it seems like this process goes. Every season's going to have its ups and downs. And, right now, you guys are looking to try and get things right before a postseason run. Just kind of the temperature of the team and where you guys have been here lately.
Like I've said all year, they're a resilient group and continue to work hard at the skills of the game. And we had another couple good days of practice in between Tuesday and today. So nothing's changed there. Their work ethic and in practice has been very good. So we'll continue here today, like you said, with our last league counter with a very good North Medford team coming in here today on a beautiful day. So no better place to be than right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys have said that you don't really kind of focus on standings and the rankings and things, but as the coach who does get to worry about those things, important games for you guys here, and obviously not just because of the rankings, but because you guys want to try and be playing your best ball to try and get this team, kind of get the ball rolling. What have you guys been talking with the team about here today?
It's continuing with the same process. We've gotten good pitching in throughout the year and played solid defense and at times outstanding defense. And once again, offensively, we've been literally hit or miss. So we'd like to be more consistent offensively, and we'll have another chance here today against a couple very good arms from North to compete at the plate, and hopefully we come through with some base runners and opportunities to score, and hopefully we take advantage of those opportunities.
No better place to get right than at home. So It's nice that you guys get a chance to finish out the schedule here at home, playing in front of the home crowd here today.
Right, absolutely. We love playing at home, and like I said, sun's out. Going to be a warm one today, finally. After several months of the rain and the wet and the cold, it's nice to have a hot one here today. And so hopefully we come out and respond to playing at home and against a quality opponent, and come out and have a good performance here today.
Yeah, it suddenly feels like summer out here. It's amazing how that works.
Yep.
As you guys get ready for first pitch here at Game 1, you guys will have a moment to recognize this year's seniors. It's been a class that you've had a lot of seasons getting a chance to work with, and a program that has relied on some of those guys pretty heavily over the last couple of years. As you guys unfortunately get to this point in every season where you start to think about the future and guys moving on, what can you say about this year's senior class?
They've been a great class for us in every aspect. They're very good in the classroom as a whole, and do the things that you need to do at practice, and continue to, like I say, show up every day. And they've provided some leadership for us there in that regard. And they've just done a good job. They enjoy being here, and they enjoy being around each other. And it's been a fun experience with them for this year, and not only this year, but for their careers here. And like I said, it gets to the point of the year when you're going to play your last game, or you're going to play your last home game, and we're there today. So it's a neat experience for our kids to get to go through. And at the same time, you start looking ahead. We're going to lose a bunch of them. There's 10, so. That's a bunch of seniors. Last year we had a big senior group as well, and so at the same time you're sad that you're going to lose some of those players. At the same time, you're looking to the future, like you said, and looking down the line at our freshman and JV groups, and who have both had very successful seasons. And you're excited for some of those guys that are going to have a chance to get bigger, faster, stronger, and have a chance to play on this field here starting next year. So certainly bittersweet, to see the seniors go, and the time and effort that they put in. I can't say anything other than thank you to them and their families for the commitment they have to the program, and the commitment they have to, allowing this to happen. We can't do it, obviously, without the help from the community and certainly the parents of all of our kids. But for today, the seniors, they've been through a lot to allow their sons to play baseball here, and we appreciate that. It does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. So it's nice to have senior day here, and a nice day to do it. So we'll get that done pregame, and then come out and have a chance to get on the field here for a couple today.
Well, one thing that stands out to me there is just kind of the thing that you said about, you've got freshmen you're excited about, and it's kind of fun that these guys were once freshmen you were excited about, and now here they are here today.
Yep.
Well, we'll get a chance to recognize them here coming up in a moment, but Coach, best of luck to you guys out there today.
Great. Thanks, Joey.
And that is head coach Troy Thompson joining us here in our intermission between Game 1 and Game 2, the interview that we got just a portion of in prior to the start of Game 1. North Medford rallied and scored a run late to take a 2-1 game against Roseburg in the opener of today's doubleheader. Game 2 will be coming up here in just a few moments. Waiting on lineup cards to make their way up here that have all of the information we are looking for. Got the North Medford one. It's missing an integral part to the whole process, which is positions, where everybody is playing. So we'll get that part figured out here momentarily. With the loss in Game 1, some things we can kind of recap here for you. With the loss in Game 1, that means Roseburg will finish 4th in the conference standings, which means that they will get into the playoffs as an at-large team. Now the big question will be, where do they get into the playoffs? What ranking? Will they get a chance to be a home team? Or did you get positions by chance? There we go. The important part for North Medford. What will be interesting to see is whether Roseburg gets in as a team to host in the first round of the playoffs, or whether or not they will be on the road. Initially, for a long, long time this season, it looked like Roseburg was going to be hosting a first round, maybe even second round playoff game if they got there. But now with the way things have kind of finished out for them, unfortunately, they are looking on the verge of possibly having to go on the road in the first round. The playoffs aren't set until next Thursday, May 18th at 10 o'clock that night. They will freeze the rankings and then start filling out the brackets for both baseball and softball in 6A. And then the state playoffs begin that following Monday on May 22nd. So we've got a little bit of time to wait after today's Game 2 for Roseburg to figure out where they're going. Same will be said for Medford. They will get one more game in against a 5A opponent in Redmond and see if they can boost up their power ranking anymore. Currently today, North Medford was at number 5. Roseburg was at number 15. Sometimes playing a team that's ranked ahead of you will help boost you up a little bit, increase your strength of schedule. We'll see. Roseburg did take 2 out of 3. Yeah, 2 out of 3 against South Medford. And if South Medford, they're ranked number 11. If they win 2 today at home against Willamette, maybe that helps boost Roseburg's strength a little bit, helps keep them maybe in the top 16. That's where you want to be to try and get a home playoff game, is in the top 16. We'll see how that continues to play out here today. Game 2 is just about to get underway. For those that are interested, you can watch today's action streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. You can also find it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and be able to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the calendar year. We're getting close to wrapping things up, but we will have video coverage of the postseason for you for Roseburg baseball. At least as long as we can, we'll be looking to bring you video coverage of Roseburg baseball in the postseason. Once they get to the state championship game, that's when they tell us we can't do the video stream anymore. But, you know, if Roseburg's playing in the state championship game and we have to do a radio-only broadcast, I think we can all live with that. So, make sure you find us on 541radio.com and on the YouTube channel to watch Roseburg High Sports throughout the rest of this season. And really appreciate everybody that hits the subscribe button to follow us there. That means a lot to us. All right, Game 1 in the books, 2-1. North Medford the winner over Roseburg. Game 2 just about to get underway. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. We'll get the lineup cards filled out here, and we will come back to get you ready for the second game of today's doubleheader. Streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Coaches haven't quite made their way out to home plate to exchange lineup cards just yet, so we still wait to get Game 2 underway. We are running a little bit ahead of schedule, but after a very efficient Game 1 that moved along quickly, but Game 2 will be getting started here in just a few moments. And so we will continue to get you ready for this one. I imagine the umpires will make their way out here shortly. One thing I was thinking of, I was reading the recap of that North Medford-South Medford game from Tuesday when North Medford was able to win against South in extra innings and be able to clinch the Southwest Conference victory. Take a look at these last, let's see here, it's the last 5 games for North Medford. They lost 2-1, 1-3-2, 1-3-2, 1-3-2, 1-2-1. They have now had 5 straight one-run ball games, and they are 4-1 in those. That is always an accomplishment for a team to be able to be that good to win that many close ball games. But in that article about that North Medford-South Medford matchup on Tuesday, written for the Rogue Valley Times, in the article, Coach Kerry Curtis saying, yeah, you know what? I would probably be okay not having a one-run ball game every single time. We'll see what happens here in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. I just thought that was interesting. As we continue to fill out the scorebook, tell you about some of the other things going on around the region today. For Roseburg sports, coming up today at 4 o'clock this afternoon, you're going to have Roseburg boys lacrosse at home against Westview in their regular season finale. And then Roseburg boys lacrosse hoping to play in that Cascade Cup playoff. That I'm not sure exactly when that gets started, but they were looking like they were trending in that direction. Also going on today is the Southwest Conference District Tournament, Day 2. Roseburg Tennis has a couple of tennis players still in action in that. It's happening not that far from where we're at here at Champion Car Wash Field over at the Umpqua Valley Tennis Center. They got started this morning. Alex Howard is in the semifinals of the tennis tournament in singles for the Roseburg boys. That has clinched him a spot in the state tournament, so he will be heading to state for Roseburg. Also, Roseburg has Elizabeth Hires in the consolation of the girls' singles, and Elena Howard and Amber Todd in the girls' doubles consolation as well. Also, just underway at the top of the hour, UCC baseball on the road at Clackamas. They've got a doubleheader for their final games of the regular season. They've clinched a playoff berth, but they are trying to get the 3 seed out of the South region here today and secure that. That might give them a slightly better playoff matchup going into their regional, super regional, that they'll be taking part in here soon. But Clackamas, the last place team, hosting UCC today for a doubleheader. Game 1 got started at 1 o'clock. And again, UCC trying to clinch up a third place finish to be the 3 seed out of the South region going into the postseason. And sticking with some college baseball, yesterday here on The Score, you heard Oregon State against UCLA, Game 1 of that series from Southern California. The UCLA Bruins winning 12-5 against OSU. Game 2 of that series gets started tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 5:30 here on The Score. Also today, the University of Oregon Ducks are hosting the University of Washington for Game 2 of that series in Eugene. And the Ducks yesterday lost 14-5 against the Huskies. Game 2 starts tonight at 6. Coverage starts at 5:45 on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. Unfortunately for the Ducks, Roseburg native Jay Stoffel still out with an injury that is keeping him out of the starting rotation for the Ducks, and that appears to be just a big issue for this Oregon team. I mean, we knew that Jace has been pitching really well for the Ducks this year, but unfortunately, with him out, the Ducks have not been able to win a series. In fact, they got swept last week, and they are 0-1 in their series against the Huskies here this week. So, obviously, with Jay Stoffel as the Friday night starter, not in the lineup, things haven't really gone all that well for the Oregon Ducks. They'll try to turn it around tonight when they host the Washington Huskies for Game 2 of that series at 6 o'clock. And again, you can find that game on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 AM. And that's where you can find Oregon Duck sports throughout the school year. Both those teams should be, I would assume, heading to the playoffs, the NCAA tournament. So we will see how that goes for both the Ducks and the Beavers, but they would obviously like to be feeling a little bit better about themselves as they go into that, if that's the case. All right, the coaches have met at home. Game 2 of our doubleheader about to get underway. North Medford 19-4 on the year, 15-2 in conference play. Roseburg 16-9, 9-8 in Southwest Conference play. The Tribe have lost 5 straight, and North Medford has won 4 straight. Game 2 just about to get underway as Roseburg in the white uniforms will take the field as we get ready for the top of the first inning. On the mound in Game 2 for Roseburg is going to be Brevin Harrison, the junior. Wasn't sure who would start on the mound in Game 2. Roseburg, again, has 3 players that are not available to them here today. They will be available for the first round of the playoffs coming up on May 22nd, but not available today, so that has shortened up the rotation a little bit for the Tribe. Brevin Harrison will get the start for Harrison. This will be his first start of the season, his 7th appearance for Roseburg. Comes in with a 2.40 ERA. In 11 2/3 innings, he has struck out 10 and walked 3. He will get his chance to be the starting pitcher and see if he can earn himself a victory here today. Roseburg, defensively behind the plate is Parker Burke. Out at first base, Jake Johnson. At second base is Noah Fisk. Let's double check on things here. Yeah, they do have Noah Fisk at second base. Austin Takahashi at short. Jordan White at third. And in the outfield from left to right, Hunter Fullerton, Eli Jacobs. And then in right field, Dane St. Clair.
All right, here we go, game number 2.
So there is a look at your defense for Roseburg in the top of the first. Game 2 of our double header. Johnny King, the second baseman, will lead things off for the Black Tornado, looking for his first hit of the afternoon. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. We are underway, game 2 of today's doubleheader. Roseburg trying to get a split here at home against the Black Tornado. Pitch, pop foul, right side, out of the reach and out of the stadium. St. Clair goes chasing down that right field side, strike 2. Roseburg took 1 every series in conference play except for they got swept by Sheldon, and they're trying to avoid the sweep by North Medford. The 0-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner to King. And he goes down. He can't quite believe that. He's slow out of the box as he goes down looking. 1 away. It brings up Frankie Ritigliano.
Number 15, Frankie Ritigliano.
Starting pitcher for game 2 for North Medford. He'll take low and outside for ball 1. Want to say thanks to our sponsor for the pregame show, Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Sponsor of our pregame show and our intermission in between games there as well. Ritigliano, a 2-0 pitch. Takes for a strike. Harrison working out of his windup. Misses at low and outside. (3-1) here for Harrison. And that is ball 4. Harrison got 1 over the plate, but other than that, it was pretty much everything was low and outside to Ritigliano. Didn't test him too much there. Brings up Aiden Horsley, the center fielder for North Medford. About with 1 on and 1 out. Grounds 1 towards short. Takahashi to Fisk. Over to Johnson. The throw gets away and into the dugout. So a runner will make his way to second base, 2 away. Fisk had that one come out of his hand awkwardly. Airmailed it to first, so Horsley on with a fielder's choice, and then the error gets him to second.
Next batter, number 8, Jeremiah Robbins.
So, 2 down now. Man at second base for North Medford, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Jeremiah Robbins. Roseburg almost got the ball they needed there. Well, they got the ball they needed, almost got out of things here in the first inning with that double play. Harrison out of the stretch. Low and outside to Robbins, who had the big hit in game 1, a ground rule double that set up the scoring in the 7th inning to give North Medford the lead and the win. 1-0 pitch. In for a strike. Pulled back over the plate there by Burke. Catching the inside corner right around the belt buckle for Robbins. Harrison looking in, a 1-1 count with 2 away and a man at second. This breaking ball misses low and outside. Temperature feels like it's warming up here at the ballpark. The booth is starting to get a little toastier. Looking at 83 right now. Ball fouled off by Robbins, 2-2 count. 83 and plenty of sunshine overhead as game 2 gets underway. Harrison with a 2-2 pitch for Jeremiah Robbins, trying to finish it off here in the first. Fisk holding on Horsley at second. Robbins fouls off a pitch that was at the top of the zone. We'll do it again on a 2-2. Quick visit out to the mound for Parker Burke. Again, the 2-2 pitch for Jeremiah Robbins. Man in scoring position. Got him to swing and miss. He goes chasing a breaking ball low and outside. And that will finish off things in the first inning. For North Medford, they send 4 to the plate but cannot bring a runner around. No runs, no hits, 1 Roseburg error, and 1 man left on base. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first. Roseburg coming up to bat with the top of their order on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Bottom of the first inning, Roseburg starting lineup will have Eli Jacobs, the senior in center field, followed by Noah Fisk, the senior at second base. Austin Takahashi, a senior at shortstop, batting third. The starting catcher is senior Parker Burke, batting cleanup, followed by senior James Coleman, who will bat in the DH position, hitting fifth. Jordan White, a senior, starting at third base, bats sixth, followed by sophomore Jake Johnson at first base, batting seventh. Get you the rest of the lineup in a moment as the first pitch is high and inside from Frankie Rutigliano to Eli Jacobs, and we're underway in the bottom of the first inning. So first baseman Jake Johnson bats 7th. Dane St. Clair, the junior in right field, bats 8th. As the first pitch gets through on the left side, Eli Jacobs started off game 1 with a single. He'll start off game 2 with a single. Pulls that one through the left side of the infield for Roseburg, and a man on base to lead things off for the Tribe in game 2. Rounding out the starting 9 for Roseburg, it's senior Hunter Fullerton in the 9 position, starting in left field. So a senior-heavy lineup card for Coach Thompson. First pitch to Noah Fisk is a strike. Pops out of the glove for Robbins behind the plate. An 0-1 count for Fisk, who moves up to the second spot in the lineup. I hesitated when we did the defensive starters at the top of the first inning because I assumed that you'd probably have Avery shifted back over to second where he's been much of the season, but it looks like they've tried to go with a senior-heavy lineup as that pitch hits off the helmet for Noah Fisk. He will get on with a hit-by-pitch. That ball got away from Retigliano. It was an off-speed pitch, so at first base, Noah Fisk gave a thumbs up to the pitcher, said, "I'm good." It just kind of grazed off the top of the dome. Didn't seem like it hit him all that square. And so he gets on with the hit by pitch. Runners at first and second. Unfortunate there. Eli Jacobs was running. Looked like he got a great jump, but doesn't get credit for a stolen base. It brings up Austin Takahashi. First pitch high and away to the lefty from Retigliano. So I think nothing necessarily against Brooks Avery, but they decided to go let the seniors get an opportunity to play here in game 2 of today's doubleheader. Which, at this point, Roseburg knows they'll be 4th. Right now, he's just trying to get a win. Is trying to steal, bunt popped up foul, and it will end up on the roof behind home. A 1-1 count for Takahashi. We'll run through all of our seniors on the roster for Roseburg here in game 2. We got through some of them there in the opening game. Get a chance to mention all of them here in the second game of today's doubleheader. 1-1 pitch, squaring to bunt again, taking high. Takahashi a 2-1 count. RBI opportunity here early on for Roseburg. Nobody out with runners at first and second. 2-1 pitch. Talk, big cut, swings through one. On the season for Takahashi, 6 RBI. He's been in the leadoff spot much of the year, so not necessarily an RBI position for him. Good contact hitter usually. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it away. Good contact hitter, but he's, much like the rest of the team, been in a bit of a funk here. This 5-game losing streak has been predicated mostly on the inability to hit with runners on base. Roseburg facing that situation right now. 2-2 pitch from Retigliano. Talk fouls off another one to stay alive. Behind the plate, catching for North Medford, Jeremiah Robbins for game 2. Out at first base, Kellen Willer. Johnny King at second. Colton Morgan at third. Dominic Daffrent starting at shortstop. In the outfield from left to right, Easton Curtis, Aiden Horsley, and Trey Newman. 2-2 pitch, low and inside. Full count. A pitch that was pretty close to the zone there for Retigliano. Takahashi let it go by, though. Good eye at the plate. 3-2 pitch. Runner going, and there's ball 4. Oh, man, all that work out there on the bases for Eli Jacobs, and he is not getting credit for a stolen base yet today. A walk moves everybody up 90 feet. So while he was running on the pitch, he won't get credit for a stolen base because Takahashi drew the full count pitch outside and low for ball 4. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Parker Burke, the senior, an opportunity here. They play with the corners in. He'll ground one up the middle. Base hit. A run will score. Fisk is rounding, heading to the plate. The throw from center field. Not in time. Roseburg will plate 2 here in the first inning against North Medford on a 2-run single by Parker Burke. Right back up the middle, got into shallow center field. And that scores Jacobs easily from third. Fisk came all the way around from second, gets in ahead of the tag, and runners are on the corners with nobody out. And James Coleman will get his first at-bat of the day. First pitch bounces in. He takes for ball 1. Coleman DHing for Brevin Harrison today, the senior. James hitting at .214 on the year. 2 RBI to his credit. Parker Burke just drove in 2 RBI. All of our RBIs this season for Roseburg brought to you by BTB Moving. They'll provide the labor services for your moving needs. Find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Ground ball chopped foul by Coleman. Go to a 1-1 count. Courtesy runner at first base is Caden Austin for Roseburg. James Coleman, first year on varsity, takes low and outside, 2-1 count. Runners on the corners, 2-1 for Coleman. Ortigliano on the mound. Runner going at first, swung on, foul tip at the plate for Coleman. Played football for Roseburg back during the fall. He plans on attending UCC, wants to study fire science and paramedicine. Always warms my heart when I hear that. Both my father and my brother got into firefighting, and so really appreciate to see young kids getting into it. Pitch high, taking off for second. Goes Austin. He will get in safely to second base at the plate. A 3-2 count for James Coleman. Stolen base for Austin. 2 runners in scoring position, still nobody out. James Coleman trying to put the ball in play. Will step out as Tigliano steps off. Three-two pitch. Coleman hits one out towards center. That ball's going to find the alley. This is extra bases for James Coleman. He'll drive in 2. He's heading for second. He's in with a stand-up double, and Roseburg's going to build a 4-0 lead here in the first. A huge moment for James Coleman. Doubles his RBI total on the year as he hits that one to the right center alley and gets a double that scores Austin Takahashi and Caden Austin. And Roseburg on top 4-0 early against North. Still nobody out as Roseburg has put together 2 hits, a hit batter and a walk. Make that 3 hits here in this one in the first so far. And Roseburg trying to end a 5-game losing streak and trying to end what has been a tough stretch of the season on a positive note. Visit out to the mound. So, back to action after the 2-run double by James Coleman here in the first. It'll bring up Jordan White. Had 3 groundouts to second base in his first game back from his injury. He swings and fouls off the first pitch. Got just a piece of that breaking ball. Jordan White, 3rd year on varsity as an infielder and pitcher. The senior plans to study fire science to become a firefighter at UCC as well, kind of like James Coleman, who's out at second base right now. The 0-1 is high. Things like hitting can be contagious, and Roseburg 3 hits here in the first. Trying to keep it going. Still nobody out. Really want to try and put the hurting on North Medford early, if possible. 1-1 pitch. Bounces in. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch for Jordan White. White pops one up. Out of play. Foul ball will make it a 2-2 count. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Already a 4-0 lead for Roseburg. Just to start the doctor order. White hits one up the middle, goes off of second base, and he'll get on safely. Coleman's on to third. And remember what we were saying in game 1 where North, they got some things to bounce their way. An overrun ball in center field on a high fly ball deep to left field. An overrun ball that just happened to get out, and that led to the go-ahead run, an error, and then an overthrow on a runner that was dead to rights at first base. Just some things didn't bounce Roseburg's way in game 1, and that's kind of the way it's been in this 5-game losing streak. Well, now all of a sudden things are bouncing their way as that ball bounces off of second base. A base hit for Jordan White, and they are going to drive the starting pitcher for North Medford out of the game in the first. Ratigliano will probably move to shortstop. And Roseburg will get the Black Tornado into the bullpen here in the first inning. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Already a 4-0 lead for the Tribe. And we get our first pitching change in Game 2. It's brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. We'll take a 60-second timeout, and we'll come back with the details on the change at 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Call of the Pen brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Find them at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. 4 runs in so far off of starter Frankie Ratigliano, who comes out of the game as the pitcher. Does not get credit for an out, so no innings worked. He gave up 4 hits. Right now credited with 4 runs. Could add a couple more to that. 1 walk, no strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Taking over is Davis Carr on the mound, right-hander. First pitch to Jake Johnson, swung on and missed. So Ratigliano goes to shortstop. I'll get you any other defensive changes here. Johnson hits one well out towards center. Going back is Horsley. This should be enough to drive in Coleman. Horsley's throw back in will get cut off on the mound, and a run scores on Jake Johnson's sac fly. He'll pick up an RBI. 1 away. Coleman comes in to score, and Roseburg's on top 5-0. Now the goal will obviously be they've got to hang on to this lead, but you got to love the way things have started. A crooked number on the board for the Tribe. Dane St. Clair, left-handed hitting right fielder, will bat against Davis Carr with 1 out and 1 runner at first. He swings at the first pitch, launches one to center field. Going back is Horsley. He will track it down. St. Clair gave that ball a ride. Horsley had to hustle back to get underneath it. There's 2 away. And we'll bring up Hunter Fullerton, the senior.
Next batter, left fielder number 1, Hunter Fullerton.
Hunter Fullerton, the 9-hitter. Check swing, foul, first base side. I almost thought he might get lucky that ball trickled into right field fair, but it does hook foul. And an 0-1 count for Fullerton, the 9th hitter to the plate here in the first inning for the Tribe. The 0-1 pitch from Carr, a breaking ball that catches the bottom of the zone. So I believe that Daffrin has come out of the game. Yeah, he was the shortstop, so he comes out of the game, and the DH enters in as the pitcher. So they just do the DH swap there. Carr goes to the mound. Daffrin comes out as short. Retigliano moves to shortstop. So that looks like all the changes for North Medford. A 1-2 pitch bounces in out at first base. White doesn't get the jump. He'll stay at the bag. 2-2 count. Fullerton trying to keep the hit streak going. Pulls that one foul down the left field line. Pretty well struck. Just got around a bit too early. Roseburg with 4 hits here in this first inning so far. Two-two pitch for Davis Carr, the second pitcher for North Medford here in game 2. And a swing and a miss by Fullerton will set him down and finish things in the first inning. But Roseburg able to strike early. They get 4 runs. Sorry, make that 5 runs come in. 5 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors for North Medford, and 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the second inning. Roseburg in front 5-0 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Top of the second inning. Right fielder number 16, Trey Newman.
Top of the second inning. Roseburg leading 5-0. Brevin Harrison with the lead to work with now. He'll fire a first pitch in, fouled off by Trey Newman on the breaking ball. It'll be Newman, Willer, and Carr due up here for the Black Tornado, who will try to extend their winning streak to 5 games to finish conference play. Low for Harrison, a 1-1 count. Meanwhile, Roseburg trying to snap that make that 5-game losing streak to end out the regular season. That would be one way to do it. That would be nice for the Tribe. 2-1 as the pitch bounces in for Harrison. Want to acknowledge some of the other seniors here today for Roseburg. Evan Corbin, a third-year varsity player, pitcher and first baseman. Also played football during his time at Roseburg High. It's a 2-1 pitch, grounded towards short. Takahashi, plenty of time. Over to Johnson, 1 away. Corbin plans to attend college. He's going to be playing for head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the UCC Riverhawks, committing just a couple of weeks ago. 1 out, nobody on. Kellen Willer will bat. Starting first baseman. Takes ball 1. Also for Roseburg, Braden Russell, first year on varsity this year, playing in the outfield. ball hit to the outfield, right side. St. Clair camping underneath it. 2 away. Two down, nobody on. Davis Carr steps in for North Medford.
Next batter, the pitcher number 3, Davis Carr.
Carr, left-handed batter. Right-handed thrower. First pitch from Harrison out in front. Swing and a miss, strike one. Braden Russell plans on attending UCC coming up in the fall. 0-1 pitch, pulled first base side, taken by Johnson. He'll get it to the bag himself, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Roseburg defensively. And the Tribe playing with a little bit of momentum they haven't had in a little bit. They lead 5-0 going to the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for North Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Bottom of the second inning, 5-0 lead for Roseburg as they try to get 1 out of 2 today here against North Medford. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score.
First batter for Roseburg in the bottom of the second inning, the leadoff man, number 13, Eli Jacobs.
Top of the order for the Tribe. They'll face Davis Carr for the first time. Swing and a miss by Eli Jacobs. Carr came in for Retigliano after Frankie faced the first 6 batters and did not record an out. Carr came in relief and so far has not given up a hit. Miss high against Eli Jacobs, a 1-1 count. Carr came in, he got an out on a sac fly, a pop fly out, and then a strikeout to finish things there in the first inning. Pitch low, 2 balls and a strike. So all 5 runs in the game go to Frankie Retigliano on 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, no strikeouts. He'll be on the hook for the loss unless the score changes. 2-1, misses outside. So Roseburg, they're pretty much set to be the 4th place team out of the Southwest Conference this year, but they'll get in as an at-large team into the playoffs. But a win here in Game 2 might just help keep them with a home playoff game to start out the postseason. As the ball fouled away by Eli Jacobs, hits off the metal bleachers to our right, which I would imagine, unless you got like a stadium seat, those seats are probably a little bit toasty over there in the sunshine off the metal. 3-2 count for Jacobs, who led off the first inning with a single. 3-2 gets him with the breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strikeout for Jacobs, second in the game for Carr, 1 away.
Next batter, Noah Fisk.
Noah Fisk will bat, was hit by a pitch, a breaking ball that glanced off his helmet the first time he was up. Swings at the first pitch, launches one in the air towards right field, fighting the sun, everybody, but it's the first baseman, Kellen Willer, that gets underneath that one. 2 down. Austin Takahashi drew a walk, scored a run in the first. He'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on base. A lot of people helping make this season of Roseburg baseball possible this year. We appreciate everybody. It's the first pitch from Takahashi, fouled away, strike 1. an important person for me I want to thank because she's right here, my wife, Angela Keyran, helping out with all sorts of stuff throughout this school year. Most importantly, being patient enough to let me be away at sports all the time. It's a pitch high, a 1-1 count. She's here, so I thought I'd embarrass her talking about her on the radio just a little bit. High and away, 2-1 count. But it takes a lot of people to put all this stuff together on the radio and the video stream. Appreciate all the help from the teams throughout this school year. Kind of crazy. It's a pitch high and away, 3-1 count for Takahashi. Senior day in the final season of the school year, starting to realize that, holy smokes, school year's just about done. Graduation right around the corner. How does the time fly? 3-1, Talk wanted one he could load up on, and he just got enough of it off the handle as that ball fouled away for a 3-2 count. Full count pitch here for Davis Carr against Takahashi. He fouls off another one. But hopefully we will get, don't know if we'll get another one here at home, but we know we'll most likely have at least one more Roseburg baseball game to go. So that is at least something that we can look forward to. 3-2 pitch. High, ball 4. Talk takes his second walk of the game. A 2-out walk issued. A runner on at first with Parker Burke coming up to bat. He had a 2-run single up the middle last time he was at the plate. That got the scoring started for Roseburg. They will shift a bit to play Parker to be a pull hitter out in center. Now they play him straight up, I guess making the adjustment after the lefty Talk was at the plate. Breaking ball from Carr, misses low and outside. Say thanks to all of our board ops that have been helping on the radio side throughout the season. In the studio today, Grady Hamilton, congratulations, part of the class of 2023. It's a pitch popped up. Back behind home, gets out of play. Strike 1 to Burke. I want to say on the airwaves here while I got a chance, congratulations to Grady not only on graduating, but on a successful wrestling career at Roseburg High that will continue him heading off to wrestle at Clackamas, one of the top JUCO programs in the country. Takahashi at first. Will dive back in. They called him safe at first, then overturned the call at first base. Takahashi lost his footing, kind of trying to swim back to the bag, and must not have gotten his hand quite on the bag or came off of some sort. Takahashi out at first base for the final out here in the second. So we'll head to the top of the third. Roseburg finishes with a runner picked off at first base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Again, congratulations, Grady Hamilton, class of 2023, going to Clackamas to continue his wrestling. That's pretty awesome. We'll continue to say thanks throughout the broadcast. When we come back, it's a 5-0 lead, Roseburg in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, we spent too long talking about our thanks on the radio. First pitch of the third inning, Brevin Harrison fires in. Colton Morgan lines out to third baseman Jordan White. One away for North Medford as we start the third inning. One out, the 9-hitter Easton Curtis at the plate. He'll swing and foul off the first pitch. Brevin Harrison so far keeping North Medford off the board through the first 2 innings and a third. Harrison in his first start of the year Bounces one in for a 1-1 count. One out, nobody on. The 1-1 catches the outside corner. Easton Curtis, the starting left fielder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curtis 0 for 2 in game 1, which was definitely a pitcher's duel. Ground ball, bouncer towards second, played off the body for Avery. And those in-between hops are tough, especially off this springy turf. We saw that happen to Johnny King in game 1. A ball that got on him quickly. Off the bat of Noah Fisk, and now Noah Fisk has it happen to him. Got caught on the in-between hop. So runner on at first with 1 away. It'll be the top of the order, Johnny King up to bat. He takes for ball 1. I'm going to have a feeling that they probably counted that as an error on the game changer for Roseburg down in the dugout, which I consider to be the official scorekeeping. Their scorekeeping doesn't necessarily, oh, that's the wrong game, that's why. Let's go to that one. Runner going, the throw high, down to the second, throw not in time. Throw to the plate was high for ball 2. And a stolen base. Easton Curtis will get in safely. 5-0 Roseburg in front. A man in scoring position for North. Retigliano at the plate. Struck out looking his first time up. They did count that as an error at second base for Noah Fisk. Breaking ball misses high and inside for Harrison. And time called. Out to the mound will go Parker Burke. So that will be the second error in the ballgame for Roseburg. So far has not come back to haunt them. 3-0 pitch for Johnny King. Harrison out of his stretch with a man at second. Fisk holding him on. In on the 3-0 pitch, a strike, inner half right around the knees. 3-1. Got a bit handcuffed, flares one out to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And that'll put runners on the corners with 1 out. King able to get around, get the hands in just enough on that one to flare it to right field. Where I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention before or if I said it wrong or any of that. Just realizing Dane St. Clair, he bats left-handed. He's also a left-handed thrower out there. Just picked that up. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Roseburg looking for a double play ball up the middle. First pitch low for ball 1 to Frankie Retigliano, now the shortstop. North Medford trying to get on the board here in the third. 2-0 from Harrison. Off-speed pitch. That one out towards right field. St. Clair, long run. Diving attempt will not get to it. And it's a foul ball. Long strike for Retigliano. Today's ballgame brought to you by our friends at Abby's Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. And we want to say thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Lanton Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. 2-1 for Harrison against Retigliano. Off-speed breaking ball hits the top of the zone. Two count. Runner goes from first. Ground ball. They leave shortstop empty, and Retigliano will come through. And that is a nice piece of hitting there for North Medford. They'll score a run and still have runners on the corners. That could have been a tailor-made double play ball. But with the runner going at first, King drew Takahashi away from shortstop. And that left that gap on the left side of the infield wide open. And Retigliano just a single right through that left side. That brings in Evan Curtis. There's a runner going again. They'll throw to second. Not in time. One out, runners at second and third now after the stolen base for Retigliano. An 0-1 count at the plate for Aiden Horsley. The 0-1 swung on and missed, way out in front of a breaking ball. Oh, 0-2 pitch here to Horsley, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first. North Medford trying to chip away at the lead, trailing 5-1. Off speed, breaking ball out towards right field. St. Clair with the catch. Throw in, will not get the runner at home. Man moves up to third. There's 2 down. A sac fly for Horsley will drive in another run. There's 2 away. And a man at third for North Medford.
Next batter, number 8, Jeremiah Robbins.
Brings up Jeremiah Robbins. At third base, Retigliano. 5-2 the score. Robbins struck out swinging in the first. He'll take outside. So North Medford, figured you probably weren't going to keep them down for long. They strike here in the third. They've got a couple so far, trying on a 2-out rally to bring in at least one more. The 1-0 to Robbins is low. Two-0 count. Harrison misses low again. Count goes to 3-0. Robbins trying to get on base to extend things here in the third. And he will draw a 4-pitch walk. For Brevin Harrison, that's his second walk issued. He will kick around some of the black pellets on the mound, those rubberized pellets, and he will get himself ready to face Trey Newman. We will get a new man running at first.
16, Trey Newman.
At first base running for the Black Tornado is Marcus Moore. It'll be Trey Newman at the plate. He takes a breaking ball high for a 1-0 count. A 3-1 ball game, 5-2. Right now, Roseburg in front after scoring 5 in the first inning. Harrison will hit the inside corner at the knees, a 1-1 count for Trey Newman. Harrison off speed is fouled away out in front of that one for Newman. Brevin's done a nice job mixing up pitches, going with his changeup, his breaking ball versus the fastball. Kind of kept hitters off balance so far. Second time through the lineup here, though, they've been a bit more successful. The 1-2. Fly ball towards right field. St. Clair calling for it, and he's there for the catch to finish things off in the top of the third. But North Medford, they rally back and get back into the ball game. 2 runs come in on 2 hits. There was 1 Roseburg error and 2 runners left on base. We will head to the bottom of the third. Roseburg in front, 5-2 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We go to the bottom of the third inning now for Roseburg. Maybe number 15, Parker Burke.
Bottom of the third. Parker Burke was at the plate when the second inning came to an end. He will get a chance to bat again against Davis Carr. Pops one high and out of play for strike one. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Second inning ended with Austin Takahashi picked off at first. Burke will hit this one opposite field. He's got Newman out there spinning around, but he will track it down. One away. Trey Newman out there had to spin 360 before he located that ball and found himself in the right spot. One away. James Coleman had the two-run double in the first inning. The DH will bat for Brevin Harrison with one out and nobody on. First pitch low and outside for Coleman. Coming up this evening, Oregon and Oregon State baseball on the radio for you. Swing out in front for Coleman, a 1-1 count. Tune in for Oregon State baseball as they take on the UCLA Bruins. Game 2 of that series coming up tonight, starting at 5:30 here on The Score. Low in the dirt for a 2-1 count to Coleman. Oregon Ducks baseball trying to even up that series against Washington. They start tonight at 6 in Eugene. Pregame at 5:45 on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. Coleman will hit another one out towards center. This time, though, not enough to get by Horsley. Flies out for the second out here in the third. 2 away. And it'll be up to Jordan White to try and keep things going. White, last time he was up, hit a ground ball that hit off of second base. Got him on safely. First pitch swinging. He'll launch one out towards left center. That ball might have a chance to get by. No, racing it down. Easton Curtis in the alley. We'll track that down. 3 straight fly ball outs for Roseburg in the third. A couple of hard hit balls, but not hard hit enough. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We're through 3 innings of play. Roseburg leads 5-2 on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Roseburg baseball on this warm day in the Umpqua Basin, brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Top of the fourth inning, a 5-2 ball game. North Medford finally broke through against Brevin Harrison there in the third. Harrison will miss low for ball 1 to start things off against Kellen Willer. Haven't seen any action in the bullpen for Roseburg. North has already made one pitching change today. Line drive gets over the top of Noah Fisk at second. It finds the alley, and that's going to roll a long way here for Willer. He'll hold at second base with a stand-up double to lead things off in the fourth inning. First hit here in the game for Willer. Third hit in the contest for North Medford. That ball found the alley, and on this warm afternoon turf at Champion Car Wash Field, it just took off rolling all the way to the warning track. So man at second, Davis Carr will bat. He grounded out to first his last time up. First baseman Jake Johnson playing in. That ball fouled away on a bunt attempt for strike one. North Medford trying to cut into the deficit. Trailing by 3 after falling behind 5-0 to start out the ball game. The 0-1. Breaking ball cuts into the left-handed hitter. Strike 2. Oh, 0-2 pitch for Brevin Harrison. Bounces away from Burke, and up to third base will go the runner. Wild pitch in the dirt, kicked off the glove for Burke and got away. Unfortunate there, and that puts the runner at third base without having to sacrifice him over. And now a sac fly could do the trick to bring in a run and make it a 2-run ball game. At the plate, Davis Carr trying to do it. Swings through, pitch in the dirt, tag applied, and that's big there. Big strikeout for Brevin Harrison. Gets the first out here in the fourth. That's the third strikeout in the game for Harrison. One away, brings up Colton Morgan with a man at third. Morgan, first pitch of the third inning, lined out to Jordan White. Squares to bunt. He pulls back and takes it for a 1-0 count. Black Tornado trying to manufacture a run, squeeze one in here on a bunt. Jake Johnson playing in a bit. That pitch outside, scooped up by Burke. 2-0 count. Hot day, those catchers working their tail off back behind the plate. It's got to be warm for them. 2-0 from Harrison. Scooped up, knocked down behind home by Burke. 3-0 count for Colton Morgan. Waiting on deck is Easton Curtis, who reached on with an error in the third inning and scored the first run of the game for North Medford. Harrison's 3-0. Does find enough of the strike zone there for a 3-1 count. Three-1 pitch for Brevin Harrison. The righty misses low. Ball 4. Third walk in the game for Harrison. Runners on the corners. And Curtis will stand in. A chance here for Roseburg. We'll see what Medford decides to try and do with runners on the corners. But a chance for Roseburg if they can get a ball on the ground. See if they can turn 2 and get out of things here in the fourth. 5-2 lead. Top of the fourth. Roseburg trying to split against Medford after losing game 1. Runner takes off. Throw goes short, and the runner will hold at third. So Morgan will get into second base. On the mound, Harrison not necessarily the quickest delivery to the plate, and North Medford, I think, has picked up on that. They sent Morgan right away on his first pitch to the dish. 1-0 count for Curtis. Ground ball up the middle. They're going to throw to the plate. No, will not get a run, or not get the out. Takahashi saw the runner breaking for home, tried to get the out there, and on safely will be Curtis with an RBI fielder's choice. Wheeler scores, runners on the corners. And still just one out, top of the order, Johnny King will bat. I understand the decision there for Talk, but it might have been the best to just try and get the out at first. Squaring to bunt. Nobody covering at first, and nobody will not get an out at first. And another run scores for Medford. It makes it 5-4. Johnny King will get an RBI, base hit. Johnson came in to field that one, and just nobody at first base there to cover for him. And so it is 5-4. Roseburg leading by 1, but here come the Black Tornado. North will have runners at first and second. Still just one out. And that is 2 balls in play on the infield that Roseburg could have gotten outs on, and they just were unable to do so. And on that one, Johnson came fielding in. He might have had a chance to try and go home instead of trying to get the out at first. Might have been able to go home to try and get the runner there. Might have been the easiest play for him to try and make since his momentum was bringing him towards home plate. But he turned to try to get the out at first, and there was nobody really there to get it to. Harrison tried covering, but by the time he got the ball and got to the bag, King was in safely. That'll bring up Frankie Rutigliano. Runners at first and second, a 1-run ball game. Game tying run at second. That's Easton Curtis. Runners are all going. Throw to third. High, not in time. And North has been aggressive on the bases here in the 4th inning. A lot of stolen bases. Second and third, a 1-0 pitch. Burke behind the plate, sliding to his right, knocks that ball down in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes to Frankie Rutigliano with just 1 out. Two-0 pitch from Harrison. That ball well hit to center, drifting back. Jacobs will make the catch. The throw will not come in to get any runners, and we've got a tie ball game. 2 away on the sac fly for Rutigliano. Picks up his second RBI of the game. And it brings up Aiden Horsley with the game squared at 5.
Next batter, number 4, Aiden Horsley.
Horsley is 0 for 2 and make that 0 for 1 in the game. A sac fly his last time up. Breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. So we are tied at 5 each. The 0-1 from Harrison swung on and missed. Horsley chasing a breaking ball low. 0-2 count. Horsley, sac fly to right field his last time at the plate. 0-2 pitch for Harrison. Ground ball too short. Takahashi to it quickly. Over to Johnson to finish off the frame. But North Medford will fight their way back to tie this one up. They send 7 hitters to the plate, scored 3 times. 3 runs come in to score on 2 hits. There were Roseburg, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. So we finish things off in the top of the 4th, go to the bottom of the 4th. Roseburg looking to try and bounce back and retake the lead on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Number 16.
Bottom of the fourth inning, a 5-5 ball game here from Champion Car Wash Field. Joey Keyran with you. At the plate, Jake Johnson leading things off for the Tribe. Jake has a 2-0 count from Davis Carr. He fouls off a pitch. Make that a 2-1 count to the leadoff man for Roseburg here in the fourth.
It's the bottom of the fourth. Yeah, they're working on it. Okay. Yep. You mean I made it all the way up here?
3-1.
No, they know it. It's taking some time to get it. Okay. Yep, you're good.
And there is ball four. Jake Johnson will draw a walk to start things here in the fourth inning. One run on, a runner on. That's a way to start things off here. Davis Carr will issue his first walk his second walk in his relief appearance. He's been pretty good, has not allowed a hit so far. Squaring to bunt. Throw to first base. St. Clair is thrown out at first on a sac bunt, moving Jake Johnson to second base. St. Clair executes, gets a man into scoring position. One away, and Hunter Fullerton will stand in.
Batter number 1, Hunter Fullerton.
Jake Johnson at second base after the leadoff walk. Fullerton struck out swinging back in the first against Davis Carr. Carr came in relief. The pitch buzzes the tower there. Fullerton barely budging. Carr came in for Retigliano in the first inning after Frankie gave up 5 runs in the first, but that has been settled down by Davis Carr, who has come in and kept Roseburg off the board. Another pitch inside to Fullerton, and he's got a 2-0 count. Want to acknowledge, I think, the last senior we haven't gotten a chance to say something about here for Roseburg this season, Chase Wilder. His first year on varsity. He's been a mainstay in right field for him. Also played football and basketball for Roseburg this year. Plans on attending college or enlisting in the Air Force. 2-0 delivery from Carr, high for a 3-0 count to Fullerton. .30 delivery here for Davis Carr with Jake Johnson out at second base. Top of the order, waiting on deck. Breaking ball low, ball 4. Runners at first and second with just one away. Couple of walks here in the fourth inning for Davis Carr, and Roseburg trying to take advantage. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. You can visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Time called out to the mound. North Medford coaching staff to have a conversation with everybody. Top of the order coming up, Eli Jacobs 1 for 2 with a single in this one and a run scored. Today's game also brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact their travel experts as travel leader, Flyaway Travel, 672-5701. Brief visit, and I think we're going to get a pitching change. Yeah, we're getting a pitching change here for North Medford. Going to get a new man on the mound. So third pitcher of the day for the Black Tornado as they have fought their way back to tie this one up, but trying to get a sweep against Roseburg. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second break and come back to get you caught up on all the changes for the Black Tornado on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Now pitching for North Medford, Johnny King.
Johnny King will take over on the mound for North Medford, the right-hander. First pitch swinging, Eli Jacobs pops it up. It's on the infield, and Frankie Retigliano, the shortstop, will make the catch. There's two away now for North Medford. So King comes in from second base. Davis Carr moves to second base defensively. And that is your pitching change after Davis Carr goes 3 1/3 innings, did not give up a run or a hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. But the 2 runners on base would go to his credit if they were to come around to score. It'll be up to Noah Fisk to try and do that. See if he can keep things going here in the fourth with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Hit the first pitch foul for strike 1.
Batter's number 8, Noah Fisk.
Fisk is 0 for 1 in the game, hit by a pitch his first time up, has scored a run. Low and outside from King, a 1-1 count. Third pitcher of the game for North Medford. The pitching change brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. 1-1, well outside by King. 2 balls and 1 strike. Johnny King, mentioned him at second base. He's been a staple on the infield. He was a second-team All-League selection last year. Planning to head to Mount Hood Community College next year. Continue his baseball career. Ground ball up the middle, in for a hit for Fisk. They are going to put the brakes on late, hold the runner at third. That's Jake Johnson. Bases are loaded for Austin Takahashi as Noah Fisk gets a hit up the middle past a diving Retigliano. And the bases loaded, 2 away. Austin Takahashi has drawn 2 walks in this game from 2 different pitchers. And he's got an opportunity here to try and bring in a run and give Roseburg the lead back. First pitch high and away for Tak, the left-handed batter. Hot one today here in the Umpqua Basin. Should look up and see what Medford is here today as a pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes for Takahashi. Two-0 delivery. Tak popped it up, back behind third, calling for it. Retigliano will make the catch to finish things off. Roseburg threatens, gets the bases loaded, but they cannot cash in with 2 outs. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on. We're still tied at 5 as we go to the top of the 6th inning on 541radio.com. Sorry, we go to the top of the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541 ralliesradio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Another call to the pen brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Roseburg will make their first pitching change here in Game 2. It'll be Jordan White to take over on the mound. Jordan will move to the mound from third base. Jake Johnson will take over at third, and James Coleman, the DH, will enter the game at first. Jordan White will face off against Jeremiah Robbins to lead things off here in the fifth inning. Misses on the first pitch for ball one. Swing and a miss by Robbins. So White takes over after being on at third. 1-1 pitch for the senior. Got a swing and a miss with the breaking ball on the inside. Jordan White, just his third appearance this season. He's got a 1-0 record, win-loss. He's pitched just 3 innings. Gets a foul ball. Robbins will stay alive with the 1-2 count. Brevin Harrison goes 4 innings, gave up 5 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The 1-2 is fouled and out of play. There is some activity in the bullpen for North Medford. They've got a right-hander, Aiden Horsley, warming up. One-two pitch here for White. He steps off before the next pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Takahashi gets a nice high hop. Will fire over to Coleman to retire Robbins. 1 away. Here in this tie ball game, 5-5, entering the top of the 5th. 1 out, Trey Newman. Up to bat, Newman is 0 for 2 in this one. Takes low and outside, ball 1 to start things off against White.
Batter for the 16, Trey Newman.
Last time up, Newman flew out to right field. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Today's contest sponsored by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. The 1-1 bounces past the hitter to the backstop. 5-5 ball game here. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Two-1 from White. Breaking ball stays high and inside, brushing Newman back off the plate. We'll get a chance for a legal ID here in a moment. Foul ball back to the backstop for strike 2. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on The Score. Three-two pitch fouled away. Jordan White looking for out number 2 against North Medford in the 5th inning. Line drive shot, a short hop to Takahashi. Easy throw from in front of second on the right side of the diamond. And Takahashi makes the play to retire Newman. That was not an easy one there. It looked like a line drive that might carry all the way to Takahashi at shortstop, back behind the bag. But he had to glove it on a short hop, came up with it, and then had the short throw from the second base position. First pitch swinging. That ball lifted right side for Kellen Willer. And second baseman Noah Fisk goes out to make the catch. And Jordan White comes out, gets a 1-2-3 inning for Roseburg defensively. For North Medford, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It is still a tie ball game, 5-5 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Starting out the bottom of the fifth, Parker Burke at the plate, launches one into the afternoon sun, calling for it. Second baseman Davis Carr will make the catch in the outfield grass to retire the first batter in the bottom of the fifth. Joey Kieran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field. Final game of the regular season for your Roseburg Indians. North Medford will have one more game, a non-leaguer against Redmond coming up next week. One out. Nobody on in a tie ball game. James Coleman will take a breaking ball high and away for a 1-0 count. Coleman 1 for 2 today with a 2-run double back in the first inning. Swings through a breaking ball for a 1-1 count as Johnny King remains on the mound for North Medford. Hayden Horsley was throwing in the bullpen last half inning. Coleman gets around on one, launches it down the line. That'll land. He's into first. They'll give him the signal to take a turn, and he puts the brakes on back to first. And the senior James Coleman, his final game of the regular season in a Roseburg jersey, having a pretty nice day at the plate. He pulls one down the left field side for a single. A one-out single to put a man on for Roseburg. Jordan White will try to follow things up.
Makes batter number 3, Jordan White.
Roseburg trying to regain the lead here in a 5-5 ball game, bottom of the fifth, trying to get one win against North this season. North Medford, the conference champions this year, sitting at 15-2 in conference play. A 1-0 pitch from King. That ball fouled off right side, out of play. Hot one here today. Looked it up, 88 degrees down in Medford at the moment. Slapping right side. That's a base hit for White. That'll be his second of the day. And up to second base goes James Coleman as Roseburg tries to streak a couple of hits together here in the fifth inning. A little one-out rally right now, back-to-back singles. That brings up Jake Johnson. First pitch to the sophomore is a strike on the outside corner. An 0-1 pitch, low and outside. Johnson is 0 for 0 in this one. He has had a sac fly for an RBI and a walk. Takes a breaking ball high. 2-1 pitch. King delivers. Swung on and missed. Johnson with a 2-2 count. A little slider there by King. In on the hands to Johnson. Off speed, he got him with the breaking ball. Strike 3 for Jake Johnson, second out here in the 5th. For Johnny King, his first strikeout against Roseburg. He's pitched an inning and a third so far. He's got 2 outs. He will face Dane St. Clair, the left-handed hitter, who bats with 2 down and runners at first and second. Ball off the glove behind the plate for Jeremiah Robbins. St. Clair laid down a sac bunt his last time up. Looking for a base knock. Gets underneath one, high out towards shallow center, fighting the sun. Horsley will make the catch. And Roseburg once again will leave runners stranded on base. They have left 5 stranded in the last 2 innings. Here in the 5th, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and the 2 men left on. We're still tied through 5 innings of play, going to the top of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Top of the 6th inning, Davis Carr leading things off for North Medford against Jordan White, takes strike 1. Jordan came in the 5th inning for Roseburg, pitched a clean 1-2-3 inning. Gets a ground ball up the middle, played by Takahashi behind second. He'll fire over to first to retire Carr for a 3rd time. Carr goes down here today. 1 away. Today's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Next batter, number 1, Colton Morgan.
Colton Morgan digs in, 0 for 1 today. Walked his last time at the plate. First time facing Jordan White. First pitch low and outside. A 1-0. Ball hit towards short. Taken by Takahashi. Throw across the diamond, and Tak playing tough as short. Makes another play. Look routine. 2 down. And it brings up Easton Curtis. Top of the 6th inning here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Roseburg fell to North Medford 2-1 in Game 1. Jumped out to a 5-0 lead here in Game 2, but North has rallied back to tie it as the first pitch swinging right side out of play into the bullpen for North Medford, where there is some activity. Curtis, a 0-1 count. North has rallied back to tie this one up, squared at 5-5. The 0-1 hits the outside corner, an 0-2 count. Coleman trying to keep things moving here. Today's game streaming online at 541radio.com. Video coverage brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. High and away on the 0-2. Top of the order waits on deck. Johnny King, now the pitcher for North Medford, waiting. Breaking ball. That pitch looked like it might have had a chance to hit the zone. At the plate, Curtis leaning in, had to lean back and kind of made that pitch look a lot closer than it might have been. 2-2. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Take a look-see here. Somebody else thrown in the bullpen for North this time around. Marcus Moore was out there getting loose. On the mound right now for Roseburg, Jordan White, 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, fair ball down the line at third. That's going to roll deep into the corner, and Easton Curtis is going to have extra bases. He's in standing up with a double, a 2-out double. That ball just inside the bag at third. And a 2-out double puts a man in scoring position for North Medford with the top of the order coming up to bat. North trying to regain the lead. Johnny King, he is 2 for 3 in this ball game. King with a couple of singles, has not faced Jordan White yet. Those were both against Brevin Harrison. He gets around on the first pitch, launched down the line, just foul. That ball looked like it had a chance to drop in fair territory down the line for quite a while. Finally just kept carrying into foul territory for strike one. A long, loud strike for Johnny King. King last time up had a bunt single, caught Roseburg's bunt defense out of position. 0-1 pitch with 2 outs and a man at second. Inside. Top of the order for North Medford has 4 RBI on this day here in game 2. 1-1 pitch. Popped up. That's playable. Going out is Takahashi. Coming in is Jacobs, and it's Eli that'll get underneath it to retire the side. A 2-out double doesn't come back to hurt Roseburg. King flies out to center field to finish things off in the top of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Roseburg tied with North Medford 5-5 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
First batter for Roseburg in the bottom of the 6th inning, number 1, Hunter Fullerton.
Hunter Fullerton will lead things off for Roseburg in the bottom of the 6th. 5-5 ball game going late in this one, still tied. That sounds familiar. First pitch, a breaking ball high and inside from Johnny King, who is out for, he's pitched, an inning and 2/3 so far officially. 1-0, Fullerton fouls it back. Hunter is 0 for 1 in this game, a walk and a strikeout. Game 1 was tied 1-1 going late into that contest before North got the game-winning run across. This one, Roseburg jumped out to the early lead again, and North Medford chipped their way back into it. 1-2 pitch here for Fullerton. Fouled back, stays alive. Got a good swing on that one. Don't forget, we got college baseball coming up tonight for you. Oregon State taking on UCLA tonight here on the Score, starting at 5:30. The 1-2, high and in.
King's 2-2 pitch. Well outside. He yanked on that one. Full count pitch here to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th for Hunter Fullerton. Comebacker. King gets it as he falls to the turf, and he will fire over to first base. Athletic play on the mound by Johnny King to retire Hunter Fullerton. One away.
Top of the order now.
Top of the order, Eli Jacobs.
13, Eli Jacobs.
That was some quick glove work on the mound there by King. Eli Jacobs will get hit by the first pitch he sees. Jacobs, first batter to see King for a second time in the ball game. Second hit batter for Roseburg in this one. One on, one away. And it's Noah Fisk, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Last time up, had a 2-out single back up the middle against King. First pitch carries outside. The 1-0 pitch, not quite yet. Stepping off and tying his shoe. Johnny King will reset. Squaring to bunt, Fisk puts it down, first base side, picked up by King, throws to first. They get the out there. Eli Jacobs into scoring position for Austin Takahashi. A sack bunt by Fisk, 2 down.
Number 14, Austin Takahashi.
Takahashi will bat with 2 down, and they're going to automatically walk him. Intentional walk to Takahashi to bring up Parker Burke, who had a 2-run single back in the first. That'll create a force out at every base on the infield. That's the first walk that King will be given credit for. First pick to Burke. Fouls it back behind home. Roseburg trying to break a 5-5 tie here in the bottom of the 6th. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Final game of the regular season for the Indians. The 0-1 pitch by King. Bounces outside. Out at second base. Eli Jacobs back to the bag. Good speed on the bases with Jacobs at second. Takahashi at first. Burke trying to come up with a big base hit here. The 1-1. Hard hit, goes right to the second baseman, Davis Carr, throws to first for the final out. That'll wrap up the 6th. Roseburg threatens again. They have now left 7 runners on base in 3 straight, in combined over the last 3 innings. No runs, there were no hits, there were no errors, 2 men left on. We go to the top of the 7th, final frame in regulation. Tied at 5 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Well, Medford's made a living of doing it here lately, close ball games, and Roseburg and Medford, they've played their fair share of close ones throughout the season. Last time the two teams met, it was a 3-0 win for North Medford, and a game that was pretty tight most of the way through in that contest as well. Game 1, a 2-1 win for North. Here in Game 2, it's tied at 5 as we go to the 7th. Jordan White on the mound for Roseburg will face Frankie Rutigliano, who takes high for ball 1. Rutigliano back at shortstop after starting Game 2 on the mound. 1-0 pitch, takes for a strike. 86 degrees today here in Roseburg as we make our way through the afternoon. Thankfully, a nice little breeze happening. Breaking ball. Freezes Rutigliano at the plate. Gives him a 1-2 count. Jordan White, 1-2 pitch out of his windup. Low and outside. Two-two count to Rutigliano. Reaching, pokes one right side, gets it in for a base hit to right field. Rutigliano just doing anything he could there for a defensive swing, and he pops one right over the top of Noah Fisk at at second, and in front of Dane St. Clair in right field. Base hit to lead things off here in the 7th inning. That'd be the go-ahead run at first base for North Medford. Aiden Horsley will bat. Johnson playing in at third. He does square to bunt. He'll take a strike, throw down to first, not in time. Horsley 0 for 2 in this ball game. Has the 0-1 count. He squared to bunt his first pitch. Pickoff throw to first by White, not in time. Last time up, Horsley grounded out to short. Another pickoff throw to first base. Rutigliano in safely. North has liked to run here today. They've got a lot of stolen bases here in Game 2, but most of those, in fact, all of them came against Brevin Harrison on the mound. White delivers a attempt at the bunt. Throw down to first will not get there in time. Offered at the plate did Horsley. He was unable to make contact. So that's strike 2 for the center fielder. 0-2 pitch for White. Got him to swing and miss. Big strikeout for Jordan. Still on at first is Rutigliano. First strikeout for White after coming in relief in the 5th inning. One away, man on at first. Jeremiah Robbins will bat. First pitch swinging, pops it foul out of play. Today's contest brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And we want to say thanks to Colorcraft for jumping in as a sponsor here. Colorcraft, they're a paint store, not a paint department. Another throw over to first. Got away. Runner's going to take off. Coleman throw to second base, not on target. One out. And now a man at second base. Go down as an error on Coleman there at first. And there was an opportunity there, it felt like, for Roseburg to possibly get that runner at second. I was surprised that Rutigliano took off. 0-1 for White. Misses high to Robbins. One count, top of the 7th inning. On the outside corner, hitting the bottom of the zone. Jordan will get a strike across. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2 pitch. Popped up foul back behind home. So Robbins stays alive. Jordan White trying to get out number 2 here. With a man, the go-ahead runner, out at second base. The 1-2 to Robbins, pops him up. Foul, out of play. Seventh inning, 5 hits, make it 6 hits now in the ballgame for Medford. The 1-2 from White, out off the edge, 2-2. Roseburg with 7 hits in the ballgame. Ooh, on the outside edge, just off the plate. Count goes full for Robbins. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Robbins 0 for 2 in the game with a walk. 3-2 for White. Breaking ball, that one yanked foul. Robbins hit that one solid, but got way out in front of it. Robbins had the ground rule double in the 7th inning in game 1. Got him on base in scoring position. Eventually came around to score what would be the go-ahead run for North Medford. And the game-winning run in a 2-1 victory. That was in game 1. Game 2 here tied 5-5 in the 7th. 3-2 pitch again. Robbins sends it towards center. Going back is Jacobs. He'll make the catch. The runner at second tags. Rutigliano will head for third. There's 2 down with the go-ahead runner 90 feet from home. Brings up Trey Newman.
Number 16, Trey Newman.
Newman 0 for 3 in the game. A couple of ground outs to short. Will bat against Jordan White for a second time. They're sending Horsley to the bullpen to get loose. First pitch high, ball 1. Jordan White trying to keep this a tie ball game here. Gets one across with his changeup. A 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch fouled off the end of the bat for strike 2. Out in front of that one, Newman just got the end of the bat. Made contact to stay, well, not stay alive, but now he's looking to stay alive. The 1-2. Behind the plate, Burke tried to shift back towards the outside corner, did not get the call. 2-2 for White against Newman. He'll pop this one right side. St. Clair calling for it as he goes towards the foul line, makes the catch for the final out. North Medford leaves the go-ahead runner stranded at third, and Roseburg now looks to try and finally break through against North Medford. They've left 7 runners on over the last 3 innings. Can they finally bring one in to walk off with a win in the bottom of the 7th? For North Medford, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Bottom of the 7th when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Coleman, White, and Johnson going to try and get something started for Roseburg in a 5-5 ball game. And James Coleman stands in, takes inside from Johnny King for ball one as we welcome you back to Champion Car Wash Field on a warm Saturday in May. King will bounce one outside for a 2-0 count to James Coleman. Roseburg's gotten runners on in each of the last inning and left a man stranded in scoring position. 7 runners total have gotten on base and have been left stranded. They're trying to get one across. It's all they need here is just one. As a ball fouled off, a breaking ball to Coleman. James is 2 for 3 today with a single and a double. He has driven in a couple of runs and scored one as well. 2-1 pitch from Johnny King. On the outside corner, called strike on a check swing for Coleman. Kind of was testing the waters there, decided to leave it be, called for a strike against him. 2-2 from King. Outside. Count goes full. Roseburg trying to end a losing streak, trying to get one against North Medford. Full count pitch. Off the bat into the glove for strike 3. A foul tip into the glove. A strikeout for James Coleman. One away.
Number 3, Jordan White.
Didn't even notice the contact from up here. Was in on the hands, looked like he had pulled it back. Check swing. That ball will be collected in foul territory by Robbins. Strike 1 to Jordan White, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Last time up, slapped one through the right side for a base hit. White has come in. He's on the mound as the pitcher. Takes inside, 1-1 count. So if Roseburg can get a runner across, he'd factor into the decision as the winning pitcher today. Takes inside underneath the elbow. 2 balls, 1 strike from Johnny King. Bottom of the 7th in a tie ball game, 5-5. Low for King. The count goes 3-1 for White. Jordan gets his 3rd hit of the day as he sends one right back up the middle. Line drive shot into center field. And Roseburg has the go-ahead runner on base. That's the game-winning run at first. They're going to bring in a pinch runner for Jordan White. He's now the pitcher, so I guess it'd be a courtesy runner. It's going to be Brooks Avery that'll get a chance to run. Avery on at first with White's knee. I think that makes a lot of sense. Avery a quick runner as well. So that's hopefully Roseburg getting a little bit of an opportunity. That's the runner that matters at first. Pitch high for a 1-0 count to Jake Johnson. Jake is 0 for 1 in the game. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Sac fly in the 1st, a walk in the 4th, struck out in the 5th against Johnny King. Strike 2. Outer half up around the belt buckle. 1-2 count for Jake. Avery running at first for Jordan White. Going to send a slow couple hopper towards second. They only get the out at second base. Jake Johnson will be on safely at first, but now 2 away. That was Carr to Retigliano for the out at second. They get the lead runner. Jake Johnson on with a fielder's choice. And it's Dane St. Clair to try and keep the game and the hopes of a win in regulation alive for Roseburg. Left-handed batter. Fouls off the first pitch. St. Clair has been getting some solid cuts at the plate. Still looking for his first hit, though. He has flown out twice to center field. The 0-1, fouled off again. So St. Clair finds himself down 0-2 with 2 outs and a man at first. King trying to force this one to extras. Misses high and away. Bottom of the 7th inning. Final game of the regular season for Roseburg. Out in front of the breaking ball, King will get the strikeout. And Roseburg leaves a man stranded at first. We're headed to extras. Free baseball. That's the second extra inning game in 3 in 3 games for both these teams as we go to the top of the 8th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Kellen Willer leading things off for North Medford as we start the 8th inning in a 5-5 ball game. Jordan White on the mound, misses low, a 2-0 count to the North Medford first baseman. Willer a double back in the 4th inning, found the alley in right center, eventually came around to score. 2-0 pitch, strike 1 called. Willer led off the 4th inning with that double, came around to score 1 of 3 runs that inning as North Medford rallied to tie it up. He'll hit a grounder towards short, charging in, Takahashi, easy toss over to Coleman. 1 away. Live video streaming of Roseburg baseball here on the 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Appreciate them. Jordan White out of his windup. First pitch must have been just a little elevated there against Davis Carr, the left-handed hitting now second baseman for North Medford. He fouls off the pitch, 1-1. Well, UCC baseball was in action this afternoon. Game 1 of their doubleheader at Clackamas, final doubleheader of their regular season. The Riverhawks unfortunately take a 4-2 loss in Game 1 of that twin bill. Ball fouled away. 2 strikes now against Carr. UCC trying to secure 3rd place in the South region. Might just give them a slightly better edge in the postseason rather than being the 4 seed. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Davis Carr. Second strikeout for Jordan White. In relief, there's 2 away. And it brings up Colton Morgan. 0 for 2 today for Morgan. Does have a run scored after reaching on a walk. First pitch, ground ball to short. Picked up on the backhand by Takahashi. Over to Coleman. A 1-2-3 inning for North Medford in the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Roseburg will have the 9-1-2 hitters coming up on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. North Medford going to the bullpen to bring in Aiden Horsley. He actually comes in from center field to take over on the mound. Fourth pitcher used for North Medford in today's ball game, game 2 of our doubleheader. A call to the pen brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Johnny King came in the 4th inning. So he pitches 3 2/3. Over that time, he gave up 4 hits, no runs. And let's see here. 1 walk, it was an intentional walk, 1 hit batter, and 3 strikeouts. Aiden Horsley will take over. Last time Roseburg faced Aiden Horsley, he started in that 3-0 win against Roseburg, pitched a complete game, 2-hitter, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts in that matchup. So he will come in with some knowledge about some of these Roseburg hitters and look to try and keep them off balance as we start the bottom of the 8th. Roseburg in a tie 5-5 ball game against North Medford. First pitch swinging for Hunter Fullerton, lifted to left field. Underneath that, the left fielder for the catch. Out in left field is Easton Curtis, still out there. 1 away. Top of the order, Eli Jacobs. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Jacobs. Trey Newman has moved to center field for Horsley. Bounce outside, 1-1 count. I believe that's Carr out at, King goes back to second. And Carr has moved to right field for North Medford defensively. 1-1 pitch to Jacobs. That one fouled away right side. A ball and 2 strikes for Eli Jacobs, who is 1 for 3 in this one with a run scored. Jacobs had a base hit in game 1 as well, was 1 for 3 in that one with a run scored. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Waves through the breaking ball for strike 2. Or excuse me, the second out.
Number 8, Noah Fisk.
Brings up Noah Fisk, 1 for 2 today in this one. Trying to get something started with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Swings through the first pitch, strike 1. North using a little bit of everybody here so far. Both teams played an extra inning game back on Tuesday. Ground ball up the middle for Fisk. Taken by the shortstop. Throw to first, gets away. Fisk heading for second base. He will get into scoring position. Retigliano made a great play, but his throw short hopped to first. Willard couldn't control it, and the ball gets by.
Number 14, Austin Takahashi.
So that'll be a base hit and an error. And a man out at second base for Roseburg. They're going to intentionally walk Takahashi for a second time in the game.
Number 15,
so that'll put runners at first and second. Again, the runner at second is the only one that matters. Roseburg just needs the one run to pull off the win. And it'll be up to Parker Burke to try and keep things going and possibly drive in that winning run. Horsley's first pitch swung on and missed by Burke. Trickles out between home and the plate, or excuse me, home and the mound. Runners will all hold. Good speed in Fisk out at second base. He'll take his lead, held on by Retigliano. 0-1 for Horsley. The righty kicks, fires a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike two. Roseburg with an opportunity here to end it in the eighth. An 0-2 pitch. High. Horsley missing his target on that one. One-two pitch by Horsley. Out in front on the breaking ball. Burke goes down, swing and a miss. Strike three. Horsley strikes out two here in the eighth inning. Roseburg leaves the game-winning run at second base. And we will go to the ninth. No runs on one hit. One North Medford error. 2 men left on. To the top of the ninth inning in extras here at Champion Car Wash Field on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
First batter for North Medford, top of the ninth inning.
9-1-2 hitters coming up for North Medford. Easton Curtis will lead things off against Jordan White, who came in back in the fifth. And he is now into his fifth inning of work. First pitch swinging for Curtis. He'll line one down the left field side. He'll have his second double of the ball game. Hunter Fullerton sends it back in from deep in the corner, and North Medford in business to start the ninth inning. Welcome you back here on the Score. Curtis with his second double. He's been on base all 4 times in this game. Nobody out. And Johnny King will step in, and got to imagine they'll be looking for him to try and bunt the runner over. He does square to bunt, puts it down third base side. It will go foul. Jake Johnson down that third base line, collecting that one in foul territory. Top of the order here for North Medford. 0-1 count to King, the second baseman. Squares to bunt, and nobody's going to get there. Confusion there at third base. Johnson came in, then realized I need to cover the bag. White thought maybe Johnson was going to get it, so he didn't
break off the mound immediately, and that's an infield single for Johnny King. Runners on the corners for North Medford. Nobody out.
Number 15, Frankie Ritigliano.
Frankie Ritigliano will stand in. Now Roseburg will have their chance to answer whatever North does here in the top of the ninth, but right now North in a good spot to try and get the lead. On the outside corner, strike one to Frankie Ritigliano, who is 2 for 2 in this ball game. White delivers. Ritigliano pops one up. Coleman chasing, but that ball out of play. Strike 2 for Ritigliano. Oh-2 count. Runners going. White gonna watch the runner. He will not get an out anywhere. So they get the runner to second base. That's Johnny King. Oh-2 count for Ritigliano. Infield will play in. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Ritigliano. And that is the first out here in the ninth for Roseburg. Third strikeout in the game for Jordan White. Aiden Horsley, now the pitcher for North Medford. Stands in. Pitch outside, ball 1. First base is open. Heart of the lineup here for North Medford. So Roseburg only force outs at first at the moment. Ground ball fouled down towards the Roseburg dugout. That ball found its way all the way up into the grandstands. Kicking off of something up in to the bleachers. 1-1 pitch for Horsley. Takes outside. Top of the ninth inning here from Champion Car Wash Field. North Medford trying to sweep Roseburg on the season. 2-1 pitch from White. Got around and fouled it down the third base side again towards the Roseburg dugout for Horsley, and he's got a 2-2 count. Horsley 0 for 2 in the make that 0 for 3 in the game. 2-2 pitch from White. Breaking ball too far outside. Can't get the hitter to chase. White, his 5th inning of work here after coming in for Brevin Harrison, his longest outing of the season. 3-2. Pop fly foul, staying alive. Horsley will see another pitch. Umpire needs some fresh baseballs. Final game of the regular season for Roseburg. North Medford's got Redmond on Wednesday at home. A 5A opponent, non-leaguer there. 3-2 pitch for White. He gets Horsley to pop it up. Foul territory, first base side. Coleman will make the catch. And there are 2 down. Runners nowhere to go on that one.
Batter number 8, Jeremiah Robbins.
And it'll bring up Jeremiah Robbins with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Tie ball game 5-5 here in the top of the ninth. Extra innings in this 7-inning affair. First pitch high for Robbins. Jeremiah 0 for 2 against Jordan White. 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. 1-0 off the end of his bat, trickles first base side, foul.
At third base is Easton Curtis after he reached on a leadoff double down the left field line. At second base, Johnny King after a bunt single. The 1-1 to Robbins. Swings past the breaking ball for strike two. Breeze picking up a bit here in the afternoon. The flowered leaves out in the outfield, rustling around on the trees. On the mound, Jordan White wants the payoff pitch just outside on the 1-2. He's trying to blow one by Robbins here. Just missed out off the edge. 2-2 count for Robbins. Pops him up, foul out of play. The battle will continue. White trying to finish things against North Medford here in the top of the ninth inning. The 2-2 once again. Roseburg fans wanted strike three, didn't get the call on the inside breaking ball. Full count for Jeremiah Robbins. White, 3-2 delivery. Pop fly towards center, going back. Eli Jacobs squares it up, and we are through the top of the ninth. Roseburg survives. After giving up a leadoff double and then misplaying a bunt single, North Medford strands two runners in scoring position. No runs on two hits, no Roseburg errors, and 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the ninth. We'll see if Roseburg can do it with their 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Bottom of the ninth inning. Extras here from Champion Car Wash Field on the final league game of the season. It'll be James Coleman to lead things off for Roseburg against Aiden Horsley. Horsley came in the 8th inning, gave up a 2-out single, and then an intentional walk, and then finished things off with a strikeout, so left 2 runners stranded on base as Roseburg needs just 1 to win it here. James Coleman at the plate. The 0-1 pitch takes high. Coleman is 2 for 4 in the ball game. A double and a single. He's driven in a couple. A 1-1 pitch from Horsley. Swung on and missed. Had the 2-run double back in the first inning. RBIs are brought to you by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs. If you are looking to move and you need a little extra muscle, give them a call at 541-315-0122. 1-2 from Horsley is fouled away. Breaking ball inside. Coleman fights it off. You can also find our friends at BTB Moving online on Facebook. Just search BTB Moving. 1-2 pitch from Horsley. Off speed. He slowed that one way down. Joey Keyran here with you from Roseburg's Champion Car Wash Field. A 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Coleman will go down to lead things off here in the ninth. Third strikeout in the game for Horsley. Jordan White stands in. 3 hits in this one. Tied at 5 here in the ninth inning. First pitch from Horsley bounces in front of the plate. It's the final game of the regular season for Roseburg. After this, all we got to do is wait till Thursday and figure out where we're going or what the playoff has for us. There's a pitch outside by Horsley, 2-0. So why not? Let's just play a little extra, right? Let's just keep it going. Roseburg's in no rush to get anywhere. They've got to wait for like 5 days before they find out what their next game's going to be. 2-0 pitch from Horsley. White takes high, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Horsley, 3-0 pitch, kicks and fires, misses outside, ball 4. 4 straight pitches. Jordan White gets on. He's the game-winning run, and he is the pitcher, so they will bring in a courtesy runner for him. Once again, it will be Brooks Avery. If that sounds familiar, we did this back in the 7th inning. Coleman led off with a strikeout in the 7th. White got on with a single, and then they brought in Avery for him. This time he gets on with a walk. Game-winning run on at first with 1 away, and it is Jake Johnson at the plate. He squares to bunt, pushes it first base side. It's picked up by Horsley. He'll race it to the bag himself. Retires Johnson. Up to second base goes White. Goes Avery. So there's 2 outs with the game-winning run at second base. Can Dane St. Clair come through with the big hit? St. Clair coming into today. Not a lot of action at the varsity level. First pitch to the lefty. Low, gets by. Heading up to third will go Avery. That ball under the glove of Robbins behind the plate. A pass ball puts the game-winning run at third. And here comes a visit to the mound for North Medford. Dane St. Clair, prior to today, only 1 plate appearance. What did he even do in that plate appearance? Oh, sorry. No, he hadn't had an at-bat prior to today. In Game 1, St. Clair was 0 for 1, a ground out and a sac bunt. Here in Game 2, St. Clair is 0 for 3 with a sac bunt. That's right. It is the first start today for Dane St. Clair. It was Brevin Harrison that filled in right field the last time. So Dane St. Clair, his first varsity action here against North Medford today, and he's up in a big spot. 2 outs, a 1-0 count. Looking for his first varsity hit to try and win one against North Medford and end a 5-game losing streak for Roseburg. The 1-0 pitch is a called strike. Fans griping about the zone. Baseball's been around for a long time. That's always been part of the game. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 2. Horsley with a 1-2 count against St. Clair. The game-winning run at third. Roseburg trying to win it here. St. Clair trying to call for time, and he will get it. Dane St. Clair, left-handed batter. The 1-2 pitch from Horsley. Avery at third. Ball fouled away. Give credit, St. Clair, his first varsity action comes against a very good Southwest Conference champion North Medford team, and he has been putting the ball in play. 1 strikeout between the 2 games. He's made contact. He's looking to try and make contact here. 1-2. Foul tip. He stays alive at the plate. That one off the glove for Robbins behind the dish. St. Clair will dig back in. Righty versus lefty matchup. The 1-2 from Horsley. Down the third base side, foul just down the chalk line. So it's a 1-2 pitch once again for Horsley. St. Clair waits. Takes a breaking ball low. Good for the youngster. Some good plate discipline there. Lets that breaking ball go by. 2-2 pitch. The delivery from Horsley. Fouled off again. Horsley continues the battle against St. Clair. Dane at the plate, the 2-2. Stays alive again. The battle continues as he got that just a piece of that one. Well, this is what it's about here. A good one-on-one battle between pitcher and batter. St. Clair trying to force a pitch right over the plate. 2-2 delivery. Avery, the winning run at third. Line drive to center field. That ball drops in. Roseburg will win it on the walk-off by St. Clair. The streak is done. Roseburg gets back in the win column as they walk it off against North Medford. They get 1 out of the 3. North, nothing to be disappointed about. A great season for them, but for Roseburg, maybe just the spark they need as Dane St. Clair comes up with the RBI single to center field after an extremely long at-bat. He's able to send one into shallow center, bring home Brooks Avery, and end this one in 9. A 6-5 victory. Roseburg wins in Game 2 to end a 5-game losing skid and snap North Medford's 4-game winning streak. Roseburg improves to 17-9 on the year, 10-8 in conference play. North Medford goes to 19-5 and 15-3 in the Southwest Conference. Both these teams will be in the playoffs coming up in a little more than a week from now, but we'll wait till Thursday to find out where they finish up in the rankings. What a ball game we were treated to. That was the 6th straight one-run ball game for North Medford, and they had won 4 straight. Roseburg gets them there as they put together a tough day against a good North Medford team here today. Came out on the losing end, a 2-1 loss in Game 1, but here in Game 2 in extras, it's the youngster Dane St. Clair that drives in the game-winning run. Numbers when we come back, a 6-5 win in 9 innings for Roseburg here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Well, it was quite the day at the ballpark here today as Roseburg gets 1 out of 2 against North Medford. Obviously, they would have liked to have gotten 2, but they don't get swept by the conference champions, and they find a way to end their losing streak before the playoffs begin with an exciting, hopefully an emotionally driven game that really sparks a turnaround for this Roseburg team after they've been fighting through a slump. Roseburg gets a big-time walk-off win against North Medford. Can they build off of that momentum? They'll have a lot of time to kind of turn the page from this as they get more than a week off. Well, they'll have about a week before their first-round playoff game coming up a week from this Monday. So they've got some time to kind of work on things, get everybody back in, healed up, rested up, ready to go. But that was kind of the win that hopefully they needed. It definitely was a fun one and a great way to end out the regular season. Final score 6-5 in 9 innings. It was Dane St. Clair with the game-winning RBI single in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs after a lengthy at-bat. He picks up his first varsity hit of the season. And Dane St. Clair, your hero in Game 2 to give Roseburg the 6-5 win after losing Game 1, 2-1. Final numbers in this one: 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 8 men left on base for North Medford. 6 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and 11 men left on for Roseburg. Jordan White pitches 5 innings of relief for Brevin Harrison. And White goes 5 innings, gives up no runs on 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He picks up his second win of the season. Aiden Horsley takes the loss in relief, goes 1 2/3 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts for Horsley. Roseburg improves to 17-9 on the season. 10-8 in conference play is where they will finish. And for North Medford, they are 19-5 on the year, 15-3 in Southwest Conference play. North Medford will have Redmond coming up on Wednesday for their final game of the regular season before they get ready for the playoffs, which will begin on Monday, a week from this Monday. We find out what the playoff bracket looks like coming up on Thursday night once the rankings freeze. So that'll be what to watch for here coming up to get them back within 3. But in the 4th inning, North Medford would tie the ball game up. North had a leadoff double by Kellen Willer. And then later in that inning, a RBI fielder's choice for Easton Curtis, RBI single for Johnny King, and an RBI sac fly. Dumped it into shallow center field, and that was the game-winning hit for the Tribe. Dane St. Clair coming through with that one. Taking a look at the offensive numbers here real quick to wrap it up. Johnny King with 3 hits in Game 2. Frankie Rutigliano with a pair of hits and 2 RBI. Aiden Horsley
had an RBI. Jeremiah Robbins had a walk. Trey Newman goes 0 for 4. Kellen Willer had a double, scored a run. Davis Carr 0 for 4. Colton Morgan 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Easton Curtis run. James Coleman had 2 hits, goes 2 for 5, drives in 2 with a double. Jordan White had 3 hits and a walk in the game, scored once. And that was the courtesy runner for the pitcher that scored there in his place, the game-winning run. Jake Johnson had a sac fly for an RBI, a walk, and another sac bunt in there. Dane St. Clair goes 1 for 4 with the critical game-winning hit in the 9th. And Hunter Fullerton had a walk in the 4th. And that is how this one plays out. So, for Roseburg fans, now we wait till Thursday night to figure out what the playoffs have in store for us. And then we get ready for Monday, one to call the games here from Champion Car Wash Field with North Medford. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball team for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Grady Hamilton back in the studio for his radio production here for us today. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. Stay with us here on the radio side. We'll have Oregon State baseball coming up for you tonight at 5:30 here on The Score as they play Game 2 against UCLA. And then stay up in Game 2 of today's doubleheader against North Medford. It was a fun day at the ballpark. We hope you enjoyed it as well. We'll talk to you in the first round of the state playoffs coming up 1 week from Monday right here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.